We've all heard it a million times, right? Sit up straight. But what if I told you that posture is way more than just your grandma nagging you? It's actually this incredible hidden autopilot system that your body's running every single second of the day. So let's get into it and really uncover the science of how you stay upright.
All right, first things first, take a look at this lineup. You've got sway back, lumbar lordosis, that classic forward head posture. Do any of these ring a bell? I bet you see yourself or maybe your coworker in one of these stances. They are super common, and each one tells a story about how our body is trying to solve the simple problem of standing up.
So let's get personal for a second. Just think about it. When you're just standing around not paying attention, which one of these is you? Because figuring out your own default stance is really the first step to understanding the amazing system that's going on behind the scenes. To really get what's happening, we need to go beyond just good or bad posture. We have to start with the basics. And it turns out your body really only has two main postural modes that it switches between all day long. So on one side, you've got inactive posture. You can think of this as your body's sleep mode. It's for when you're resting and you want to use the absolute minimum amount of muscle power. But then you have active posture, and this is your on mode. This needs a whole team of muscles all working together in perfect harmony just to keep you stable and ready to move. Now here's the really cool part. You don't have to consciously think about firing all those muscles to stay in that active mode. Your brain is running this incredibly sophisticated autopilot program, constantly making these tiny little adjustments to keep you balanced against the pull of gravity. And the software that runs this whole autopilot show? It's called the postural reflex. It's basically a series of automatic, lightning-fast reactions. Every time you lean a little too far or trip, this reflex just kicks in. It tells your muscles to pull you back to center. And the best part? No conscious thought required. It just happens. So you might be wondering, how does this autopilot get its information? Well, it relies on a constant stream of data from four absolutely crucial sensor systems. Think of these as the inputs that tell your brain exactly what's going on and what it needs to do next. Let's break them down. First up, your muscles and tendons. Deep inside your muscles, you've got these tiny little sensors that are constantly measuring how much your muscles are stretching. So if you start to lean and a muscle stretches too much, too fast, it sends an emergency signal to the brain, which causes an instant reflex to contract and pull you back. This is literally your anti-gravity system in action. Next, your eyes. This one's pretty intuitive, right? Your vision gives your brain a constant update on where you are compared to everything around you. It sees the floor, the walls, the horizon, all those horizontal and vertical lines that help your brain keep you perfectly upright. This visual data is a huge part of your righting reaction. That is your brain's deep instinct to stay balanced. Now for what is honestly one of the most amazing parts of this whole system, your inner ear. You see these little canals? There's a fluid inside that sloshes around whenever your head tilts or turns. And that movement stimulates these tiny little receptors that tell your brain your head's position, how fast you're moving, and in what direction. It's basically a biological gyroscope, and it is absolutely essential for your sense of balance. And finally, sensor number 4, your joints and your skin. When you're standing, you've got receptors in your joints that feel the pressure and send that info to your brain. And, super importantly, the skin on the bottom of your feet is providing this incredibly detailed map about the surface you're on and how your weight is spread out. It's really the final piece of the balance puzzle. So, you've got all this data from your muscles, your eyes, your ears, your joints. It's all streaming 24/7 to your central nervous system. This is central command. Your brain is taking in millions of data points every second, processing them and sending out perfectly timed commands to your muscles to keep the whole system in a state of perfect, dynamic balance. It's incredible. Okay, so we've got this amazing automatic system, but what happens when it's running efficiently versus when it's not? This is where we get into the real difference between what we call good and poor posture. The difference, really, it all comes down to one word: efficiency. See, good posture means your body is lined up in a way that you stay upright with the least amount of effort possible. Your bones are doing the work of stacking, and your muscles can just chill out. Poor posture, on the other hand, is super inefficient. It forces your muscles to work overtime just to hold you up, and that wastes energy and can lead to serious strain on your joints and ligaments down the road. But the story of posture isn't just about physics and efficiency. No. There's another, much deeper layer to all this, one that connects directly to your mind. As it turns out, how you feel has a huge effect on how you stand. Let's just let that sink in for a moment. Our posture is a physical reflection of our inner world. Your emotions, your thoughts, your attitude, they are literally shaping your body's position in space. Your posture is talking, even when you aren't. And you know this is true because we see it all the time. When someone feels happy or confident, what do? Their posture opens up, it's alert, they extend, they literally take up more space. And the opposite is also true. Feelings like sadness or insecurity often lead to a more closed-off, flexed posture. Shoulders slumped, head down. Your body is physically expressing what's going on inside.
Okay, so we have this amazing autopilot system, and we now know that it's deeply connected to our emotions. So what can we do with all this information? Well, this is where you get to switch from being a passenger to being the pilot. See, developing and keeping a healthy posture isn't about forcing yourself into some stiff, rigid position. It's about creating the right conditions for that autopilot to work well. And that means supporting your mental health, getting good food and sleep to keep your nervous system happy, and, this is a big one, giving your body the chance to just move freely and naturally. Running, climbing, jumping, letting it do what it was designed to do. And this all leads us to a final, really provocative thought. We know our mind affects our body. We've seen how our feelings show up in our stance, but what about the other way around? Can you consciously choose to adopt a physical posture, stand up tall, open your chest, lift your head, and have that actually improve your mental state? The science suggests it's a two-way street, which leaves us with a pretty powerful idea. You don't just have a posture, you can use your posture. So, what are you going to tell your mind today?